Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We begin with Ansu Fati. As Barca does not count on Ansu Fati, Laporta wants a big name signing before the summer window comes to a close. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about this report claiming that Barca have shifted their focus to this La Liga right back Pablo Maffeo and could sign him for between 6 to 8 million euros. We are also going to be discussing about that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. As we get closer and closer to the start of the new season, Barcelona are still trying to make improvements to their squad before the transfer window slams shut in 3 weeks' time. There have been some notable exits so far this summer, while the club has made some interesting signings as well. But manager Xavi Hernandez is still seeking more quality additions to the roster, and the Blaugrana administration is still trying to provide him with just that. Amidst this, journalist Alvaro Alvarez Jose on El Chiringuito is reporting that Barcelona president Joan Laporta wants to bring in a big name player such as Neymar or even João Felix before the transfer window closes. For that to happen though, the La Liga champions would need another important sale, and the report states that Ansu Fati could be the one to be sacrificed by the club. Throughout this summer, there have been contradicting reports a lot emerging on the future of Ansu Fati. While some reports state that Barcelona are ready to trust the 20-year-old, some others insist that he will be allowed to leave if a good offer comes in. And as per Jose Alvarez, Barca do not count on the La Masia gem for the upcoming campaign, and as such, a sale is not off the table. Fati's exit would be crucial for the Catalan Giants if they wish to make a marquee signing before the transfer window slams shut. Such a move, though, does not appeal to journalist Marcel Lorente, who opined that it would be foolish to offload Ansu to bring in a player like Neymar, who is past his best. He said, Neymar is more than finished. It's nonsense. You're going to kick out Ansu, who is recovering his level, to bring Neymar, who has become a failure? The journalist exclaimed. Amidst all this, Alex Silvestre has claimed that Barcelona's La Liga rivals Atletico Madrid have expressed an interest in acquiring Ansu Fati's services. Manager Diego Simeone is understood to be an admirer of the Spanish international and has asked the club to follow the young attacker's situation very closely. There is nothing concrete at this point, but if Atletico are indeed interested, they will have a very tough task convincing Ansu Fati, who does not contemplate an exit this summer, despite already, having an offer from the Premier League. Ansu's future remains uncertain. A lot of reports are now coming out these days, claiming that Ansu Fati might leave Barca. And to be honest, I'm shocked because I think some few weeks back, there were reports contradicting all this, saying that, whatever links that Ansu was linked with an exit is no more. As Xavi counts on the player wants to stay. And of course, there has been improvement. The player now is looking sharper than last season, especially this pre-season. We saw Ansu doing some good stuff there, and also towards the end of last season. And I think that these new reports these days have been contradicting those reports. And of course, I am not in support of Ansu Fati leaving. I am not in support of that. I think Fati should stay at Barca. I think Fati is trying to show what he's got. And to be honest, I just feel like if we sell Ansu Fati, we might just end up regretting. I don't know why I have that feeling. So that is why I hope Barca don't sell. We understand that economically the club is draining. We are going down and down. It's just like every year things get worse. Last year we were suffering. We had to activate a lot of economic levers to make some big signings, right? Which paid out. But talking about, if they could have told us that time that this year will look more difficult, I could have refused. Because right now it seems as though nothing is changing. Nothing's changing. Like, how slow can it be? Since 2021, when President Laporta took charge, it hasn't been an easy task. We understand how deep this trouble was under Bartomeu's reign, and we are suffering this now financially. We are going through a lot to sign our players, to sign our first choice players. Barca can't. If not, Messi could have still been in Barca. So everything is now, we're now suffering every big mistake that the former administration made. So for Ansu, honestly, if they sell Ansu, I think many fans will be disappointed, including me. I will be very disappointed. I wish that Ansu stays. There's Ferran Torres there. Why is the media not talking again about Ferran Torres? I think Ansu is still better than Ferran. Looking at the bat from the heart, but I think Ferran should leave. But if Xavi is counting on Ferran and saying Ansu is useless for him, then to be honest, Xavi is not a good coach to coach Barca. I'm sorry to say this, because honestly, there's some decisions that is baffling. Then on to the final story of discussion. With Barca encountering some difficulties in the pursuit of João Felix and Joan Foyt, the club are exploring other avenues to reinforce the right back position. Ivan Fresneda is a serious contender, and the Blaugrana even had a lengthy meeting with his agent recently, but the 18-year-old does not generate total consensus within the club. As such, Barca have now shifted their focus on this Mallorca right back Pablo Maffeo, according to Javi Miguel of AS. The 26-year-old Maffeo has been with Mallorca since 2021, when he joined from Stuttgart, initially on loan, before the move was made permanent last year. The former Man City Academy man has plenty of experience playing in Spain, having represented Girona and Huesca in the past. He has over 120 appearances in La Liga with 4 goals and 14 assists into his name. Talks with Manchester City for Cancelo were not going as per plans, while Villarreal are holding out for 54 million for Juan Foyt, making both operations unfeasible for Barca right now. As such, Maffeo has now risen up to the transfer wish list. The Spaniard has a release clause of 30 million in his contract, but the club would be open to negotiate a lower fee. In fact, the report states that the operation could cost for as little as 6 to 8 million. Furthermore, Maffeo's wages could also be an issue, considering that he currently on a deal of 500,000 euros per year. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.